Welcome to this week's 7X Investors Look Ahead. This is where we'll take a look at a currency pair, an index, or a commodity like gold or oil, and give you our outlooks of what we see coming this week. Before doing that, we'd like to share with you a little bit about 7X Investors. It's a platform where you can develop a free account and join our community. In that community, you can be able to have free trainings, which we hold every Wednesday. You can also gain knowledge from other traders that are in the 7X community or even in the other communities such as Alpha Trader or 7X Futures. As you attend the weekly trainings, you can be able to get a more in-depth understanding of what kind of trader you would like to become, whether it be in futures or in Forex or CFDs. Once you decide what you'd like to do, we have specialized trainers which will go through step by step on how to become a proficient, profitable trader. We have Cordell Stevens in the Alpha Trader section, which deals with trading CFDs or currencies. And we have Dan Kelly in 7X Futures, which trades futures in the NASDAQ, the S&P, and gold. At the end of this video, we encourage you to click the link below, which will take you to our website, and you can set up that free account. Also, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications of the site so that you can get notified every time we release our week ahead video. Now let's take a look on what's ahead. Welcome everyone to this week's Look Ahead. Today is December 20th, 2023. The year is winding down. We have a Christmas weekend. Now I'm late on getting this out, but this is going to have to last for the next 2 weeks because we will not have a look ahead next week. We'll be back in after New Year's, after the week of New Year's. So we'll go Christmas, New Year's. We'll come back in probably about 3 days after the first and do a look ahead there. So it's going to be kind of like midweek like it is now. But we want to get some things covered as we go into next year. So this is going to be a little longer outlook this week. We're going to start off with the S&P. So what we're looking at here is we had a nice pullback and we've coming back down to test this resistance, hopefully turn support. So we may get something like this. Be prepared for something like this. Maybe we might come down a little bit more there. And then I would look for a continuation to the upside to about the 4,890 or 4,885 level, and then again have another pullback there and then a continuation on up. Now I am eventually looking for this to get up to about 5017, about where it was at the top of the move. So you see right over here, just right up here in that zone, right in there, and that's what we're looking for. And then possibly we would look for a move to the downside. Now, there's a few dates I'm really keeping an eye on this, and that is the 17th of January, and there's reason for that date. And another thing I'm keeping my eye on is the jobs numbers. Okay, so we got January job numbers coming out because I'm looking at the employment picture. And it looks like new job openings are starting to contract from the data I looked at just the other day. And so if that is the case, that means going into 2024, there's going to be less people hiring. And along with that, as we begin to wear out or get rid of or bleed off, a lot of these businesses starts to bleed off that COVID relief that was given as a fiscal stimulus to the populace. As that starts to bleed off, we're going to see more and more of a contraction in business growth and in consumer spending. And those are the types of things I'm looking for, because what that will translate into is it will translate into fewer jobs or possibly layoffs. Now, once we start to see the layoffs, that is the beginning of a recession, meaning that is going to start to put the mechanics in place for a recession coming up shortly after that. And that's kind of what we gain by looking at the 10-year, 2-year, and looking at the negative yield curve and how it goes past. We went through this in past videos, how it goes past par and starts to move back up. And shortly after that, generally about 5 to 6 months, we start to go into a recession. So, or what I call a correction. I am looking at the SP very carefully at this level right up here, this 50, this 518, 520 level. Very important level. I'm going to be looking at that, see if we're up there by end of January or close to the end of January. If we are up there, then I'm possibly going to look to scale into a short and test a short at that level. But I'm not going to test a short until we get to that level. Now, what would garner me testing a short before then is if I seen something like this. If we came down, we broke this level, we pulled back, we put in a lower low, I would get into the trade wherever that lower or that next high, that lower high was put in. I would get into a short trade there and take it on down to the next move. That's the only way that I'd put in a short on this. Now, this is not to negate the fact that there's a lot of big dark pools selling this rally. That tells you something. So when you have big money selling rallies because there's people out there to buy it, so they're going to sell it, they're starting to peel off, then that tells you that the smart money is selling this rally, which isn't hard to understand for me, but it's a normal practice. But that's what I believe. What I'm seeing is a selling of this rally by smart money. So these levels are what I'm looking at, but this is the ultimate level right here in the S&P. And so we can expect a pullback, but I would look for that to come back above. If it breaks below this resistance zone, I look for it to stay there just a short time and then start moving it back above. And if it breaks back above, go ahead and re-enter along and move it up to the 48.84 spot. Next, we're taking a look at the NAS 100. And this is the CFD off of the NASDAQ. As you can see, we came right up here and hit my fib level of 16,900. And it's now pulling back from there. So we can expect, so let me go ahead and put this up here so you can see it. This was our previous resistance right here that we pulled off of. Then we came back, we broke it, we pulled back, and we launched, okay? Now let's squeeze this up even more. Now you can see we are already at previous highs. We just broke previous highs this week and kind of pulled back off of it. Now, what are we looking for? Well, there's still these levels laying up in here. But if this thing's really going to fly, if this is going to fly, it's going to be, it's going to look like this. So let's just say this is a pullback to go higher, which we don't know if it is yet or not, but we're going to fib this and we're going to be looking at clear up here, which is going to be around 18,487, 485. All right, so let's take a look at how this would pan out. So we want to go ahead and put our resistance right here. Put that resistance right there. So we have that on tap. Now, this is what you're going to look for if it's going to head up there. Okay, you're going to look for a pretty good size pullback here, okay? What I mean by that, you're going to look for something like this. If we come up here, you're going to look for a pullback, and it's going to probably look something like this. You can come down, hit, pull back, come down, hit, and it's going to pull back there, or it's going to go down here and then like this, all right? So we could be bleeding off for the rest of this year, come back in January and get this thing launched. So if this is going to launch, this is how it's going to do it. If it's going to roll over, what you're going to see is when you get this pullback and it pushes up like this, you're going to see it create a lower high, and then it's going to do this, okay? And let me differentiate those so you know the difference here. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. There. Come on. It's not working. Oh well. Anyway, you're going to see this create a lower high right there. Okay, that's going to create a lower high, and that's where we're going to get short at the break of this right here. All right, that's pretty much the way it would roll out if this thing is at the top of the move and it's going to keel over and die. But if we believe it's going to break through and continue on up, then what we would see is after this move, we'd come up here and we'd see this zone break again, and it would create a higher high, meaning it would break this high here and create a new higher high. Now, how do we know about this? Well, when we break up and we keep going, the trade would be right here. A break and hold above this level again, and our trade would be from there to there. So right now, we can trade this short to our level. So we have a level here, we have a level here, and we have a level there. So every move down, pull back, down, trade it, pull back, down, trade it, and then get out and go neutral on it and see what it does. Now you can always, if it starts to go up here, you can always take it long here and set your stop loss to break even. That's generally what I do, is I put my trade in right down here, and we just hold the stop loss at break even once it starts to take off. And that way, if it rolls back over, it'll just stop you out of break even. Then you get back into the short side on this thing. Okay. And that's the way we'll play the game on this. But it's gone very well on this move thus far, but I'm expecting a pullback and a continuation. So if all you Elliott Wave guys out there, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get your corrective wave in, and then you push that sucker out. That's kind of the way we're playing the game here. But we'll see if it pans out or not. But again, I'm looking for a pullback. So short on pullbacks this week, then possibly going into the first of next year, we get to see this push out in January. Here we are on gold. So we're came down, hit this channel right here, and now we are wedging for a breakout. I believe we stay in here, push up, push back down, and then push out. Okay, and pretty much we get it like that, pull back and up to this level, pull back, break it, and we hit this right up here, and that is going to be about 22, I'm just going to call it 2200. 2200 area is where I believe we're headed to. Now, it's not going to go there in a straight line, especially these next week or two. We're probably going to be in quite a bit of range, but what we're looking for is the break of this. So we may come up here and hold again, pull back, gain some momentum, and push out right here. So how do we trade this? You can trade it right here, meaning in this wedge, you can trade it from bottom of the wedge to see if it breaks out. If it breaks bottom, get out, wait for it to, if it breaks bottom, wait for it to come back into the wedge, and then trade it long there. Take it up to this level right here, which is 2071. Offload some of your trade, see if it pulls back. Once it pulls back and starts to make its move back up, add to your trade, break out, add to your trade again, hold it, take it off, pull it back, and add again and push out. Now, one of the things I teach people is how to, well, let me just preface this by saying that one of the biggest problems I see that traders do is they add to their losing trades and stay in them longer, and they don't add to their winning trades and get out of them too soon. And this is the complete wrong mindset to have. You need to get out of your losing trades quickly, and your winning trades you need to stay in if they're in a trend and add to them. So you don't want to, if the trend is going up, you want to, on the pullbacks, you want to add to your position. You don't want to sit there and just take everything off once you reach a small target. So one of the important things we teach, and the changing of how you change your mindset and change your mind for trading is just that. So that's one of the things we teach. That's why I say we add, take off. So like if it broke here, we get out of that trade quick, comes back up inside, we get back in that trade, push it, pull it back, add to the trade, pull it back, add until we hit our target. We've been short pound Aussie. There is a very nice head and shoulders here, if you can see that. There's the head, and there's the shoulder. So we've been short this, and it's been going very well in our favor. Now, first target's going to be right down here. We're looking at this support zone right over here, and I expect a pushback and a continuation down, probably to this zone right in here, and that's going to be 1.82785. All right. So any pullback in this, once we hit our first target, if we pull back, look to get short again down to that level. Pretty nice trade. Really has done well for us. Dollar yen, we got short this again. So it came down. We got shorted here. We went long here, short here, and then it pulled back. It hit here and then rolled over. These are the different ways we thought it would happen, but it happened this way. It broke, pulled back. So it pulled back, and now it's down. We're short this. We're short it down to level 139. So that's dollar yen. Euro dollar, we have been long this. As you know, we've been short the Dixie. We're going to look at that a little bit later. But this is pulling back. We're looking for a target of 1.1095. So we're long here. You see it's wedging, getting ready to break out. So here's the wedge there and right there. And we're looking for it to break out. So if this breaks down and comes back into the wedge, we'll definitely retake the long there. But we're expecting this to break on out, break this resistant level. You see it hit it right over here. Already hit it over here. And we're looking for it to break on through and come up to here at 1.10975. So that's our new target. Been long this. We're added to it. We've added to it. We're just waiting for that breakout now. Here's Aussie dollar. We're still long this. Broke the channel. Very easy trade here. To figure this one out. That's what we're looking for. Right there. So we're looking for a level right around 0.7074. Right there is where we're holding Aussie dollar to. And that's why we have pound Aussie, Euro Aussie heading down. Pound dollar is heading up. Pound yen is heading down. So a lot of easy trades there. This is when it gets easy. So take advantage of these trades. We are long Bitcoin. And so you see we're breaking out of this range. My target is first target at 45,892. Second target is at 46,867. Okay, last week we had a vol outlook and it played out. So up and pop. Now, what we're looking for here is eventually we're looking for markets to go up and we're looking at volatility to go up at the same time. Now, this could be the beginning of this. I'm not saying for sure because I had to, eat my words last time. But it looks pretty good, but it's not going to be a straight line up. But I am expecting volatility to start to increase. That's going to be nice for trading. 10-year looks like it's heading down to our target, slice through this support and heading down to here. So something like this. I think we could see a little easing. Maybe something like this and then back down again. All right. But again, I think we kind of range down here, pull back down, something like that for the 10-year. Now we're going to wrap it up with the dollar index. So we came up, we hit, came down, hit first, and second target, main target we hit. What are we looking for? Maybe a little bouncy-roo, but we're looking to break this channel, come down, pull back, come down, pull back, and all the way down into this zone here, which looks about 94.23 in the coming weeks. Now, once we hit those levels, if we hit this level here, and this will be the last one where I wrap up with today. If we hit this level here, I am going to go all in long dollar. I'm going to be short the other currencies, dollar basket currencies across the board. Okay, and I just got to see if everything lines up when it comes time. But this is going to be a very, very big move. Okay, now, as I've said before, if you want to be on a team that helps you understand the markets and gives you answers to your questions that you have about trading these markets, and when I say trading these markets, I'm talking about Forex, CFDs, and futures, then you need to come and sign up for a free account at www.7xinvestors.com. Create your account, and then go ahead, come in to the community, go through the process, come into the community, and start taking advantage of the people there in that community and our training material. So I would encourage you to do that as soon as possible. Then, if you so choose, you find something you really want to sink your teeth into, then you hook up with one of our mentors, and me or Dan or Ty would be glad to help you in that journey where you can come and get some mentorship. There's three things that I have seen over my past 19 years of trading that I see that people need. They need a system that is easy to understand, easy to implement, and gives them a consistent return. 2, they need to get rid of bad habits and implement good habits, develop a mind for trading by repetition and having a list of things to follow before you enter a trade, during the trade, while the trade's going, if it's going either against you or in your favor, and then when you're done with the trade. You need to cover all those bases so that you can develop good habits so that you can manage your trade properly. And third, you need good mentorship. Mentorship with experience, mentorship that can help you go from A to Z as quickly as possible. And that's what we offer at 7X. So we invite you to come in there, get to know the crew. Again, ask questions. Let us help you with your trading. A lot of stuff in there that you can benefit from that you don't have to pay for, but the mentorship programs, well worth the money, and we have things in there that you can earn money to earn the ability to get mentorship. Pretty nice. So encourage you to come and sign up a free account. I hope you all have a great holiday season, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year to you, and let's get it in 2024. Boy, I tell you, I have no idea what to expect next year, but from what I see, it's going to be very interesting. So it's really good if you can do that with someone who's on your side. So hope to see you in there and have you become part of the team. Take care. Again, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.